Hello, and welcome to the place where it all began for me 17 years ago. It's safe to say 15-year-old Emily or 32-year-old Emily didn't think she would ever be on a postage stamp. Harvey, at 6'4", with a military rank of Brigadier General and commander of high-performance Mach 2 nuclear strike-capable aircraft such as the CF-104 Starfighter, certainly kept me on the straight and narrow path to success. Meeting the standards wasn't how Harvey instructed me. It was to exceed all standards. Thank you, Harvey, for being such an instrumental and impactful part of my entire aviation career. I've spent many years mentoring young people, trying to instill a certainty that there are no boundaries. It is my hope that these young girls will be able to blaze their trail without having to overcome gender adversities. The 99s have been an important part of my flying career. They have supported me through scholarships toward furthering my flight training, opened up mentorship opportunities, and allowed me to give back to the aviation community. The past few months, I have worked especially close with the stamp committee. Not only did they do an extraordinary job on the stamp, they have had to carefully work around ever-changing COVID guidelines to put this launch together, so thank you. These women and everyone who made this day possible deserve a round of applause. Yeah, I certainly wasn't expecting this many people to come out, so it was wonderful when I pulled up in the airplane and saw everyone outside and lots of familiar faces and a few people who, just heard about the event and wanted to come out and support, so that's really, really wonderful.
Congratulations on all that you have achieved to date in the world of aviation. It's truly a sphere where you have defined that the sky is truly the limit. And congratulations specifically today as you are recognized as part of the Women in Flight series for being the first female pilot of the Bombardier CL-415 water bomber. I'd further like to extend recognition to Emily on her continued value and optimism that you bring to young pilots, our youth, especially the young girls, to ensure that they are reinforced to knowing that they can accomplish their own dreams, no matter where they may be. At this time, I'd just like to present to Emily a certificate on behalf of the residents and council and the town of Tillsonburg. 3 and 3 is 6.
It's not often you get to thank people who have been so instrumental in your life at an event like this. So definitely an emotional time, and I'm always grateful for everyone who has helped me out, but it's just not the same, as saying thank you after a flight or whatever as being here and being able to tell a little bit of the story. So
Emily is a member of the 99s, which is an international organization of licensed women pilots from 44 countries. We currently have over 6,000 members throughout the world. Emily is an active member and is also a mentor to younger ladies through various mentorship programs. She is loved and well respected by all of her aviation sisters, and it gives me great pleasure to be here today to honor Emily as the chosen honoree of the 2020 stamp through the East Canada section. Congratulations, Emily, on receiving this recognition.
I do a lot of mentoring with young girls, and I feel like I'm always getting emails and phone calls. Hey, I know someone who's interested in aviation. Will you speak to them? And next thing I know, I've maybe helped them through and they have their first flying job. So it's a lot of fun, and I love it. And, always an important part of mentoring is telling both the positives and the negatives, maybe, or the pros and cons about the job. So I'm always very forward with that. But it's an excellent career, and I would certainly recommend it to anyone. There's so many different paths in aviation you can take, and that's one of the really neat things about it.
Emily's first instructor has joined us today.
When I was flying with Emily, she was a very, very good student, but she was very busy on top of it. one day she was out flying on the grass runway with runway 32 there, doing short field landings and takeoffs. And the landings were perfect. She didn't have to backtrack or anything, and she just took off again. And I was standing there watching her. There were two Class 1 instructors here, and one of them said, "Who is that?" And I said, "Well, for your information, it's a 15-year-old girl with about 25 hours of flying time. Their jaws just about hit the floor." I'm very, very pleased that Emily's been given this honor. She certainly deserves it. And I don't think there's very many pilots in the system that have had the background that she's got, all the different kinds of airplanes she's flown, all the different roles, etc., etc., etc. I'd like to thank the 99s for honoring Emily in this respect. She certainly deserves it, and I wish her all the best in the future. Emily?
We're such a minority. I think about 5% of pilots are female still, so there's still a lot of adversity to overcome every time, and being told by customers they would refuse to fly with me, and the boss would say, well, then I guess you're not going anywhere. There was always lots of that, being told, well, we're not letting a female fly our airplane in the bush. I had those kind of experiences trying to look for jobs as well, but there were employers who were great, and I found them and was able to proceed with my career. So there's always a way around it, and you just have to persevere and maybe work a little harder.
Each year we have chosen a Canadian woman pilot to honor with a stamp. Over the years, we've had some quite remarkable women, and you don't get to be on a stamp easily. Our goals for the stamps are, first of all, to let more Canadians know about some of our wonderful women pilots. Our other goal, of course, is to make a little bit of money for the 99s, and we have a number of projects that we do fund or at least support in one way or another. Emily is outstanding. She's an excellent example of a woman who set a goal as a young girl and then systematically worked to achieve that goal. For her whole life, Emily has demonstrated a strong work ethic, which got her exactly where she wanted to be. Emily's versatility, ability to learn quickly, high energy level, and fun-loving personality all contribute to her being a keen leader who sets high standards for herself and others. She's an excellent role model for others, a young woman who many more Canadians should hear about. Think of the young Canadian girls who could learn so much by hearing about Emily. So buy some stamps and get them sent out across Canada. She's our obvious choice for the 2020 stamp.
This is Emily. I think this captures the epitome of Emily. She's doing what she loves to do, and I think it's very much in service for all of us. We are so pleased about the honors for Emily. She's a terrific pilot, person, and so dear to our hearts. As always, we wish her the best of success. Our message to Emily, your great success is a joy for us. We are like a member of the family, and all of us at Air Ivanhoe are so pleased to have been part of your flying journey. Always the best, the Thoreau family. The Aviation, Forest Fire, and Emergency Services branch of the Ontario Ministry of Natural Resources and Forestry would like to congratulate Emily Crombez for these well-deserved honors. Her pioneering role as the first female pilot, CL-415 water bombers with the Ontario Ministry of Natural Resources and Forestry has blazed new inroads for female pilots in aerial fire suppression. The AFF-ES family recognizes Emily's contribution to Ontario's fire program and the legacy she leaves for female pilots who follow in her path. So, without any further ado, I'd like to present Emily with a copy of her stamp on a plaque. Congratulations, Emily, and we will be watching your stamp for many, many years to come. It will live on. Thank you.